Hey guys, what's going on? Adam Snyder here with Homemade Entrepreneur. So I wanted to give you a tip. So I've been trying to catch up on so much work, emails, everything, and I wanted to give you one tip to really getting your Amazon business going, because I know a lot of people have been asking about is Amazon FBA, is that coming to an end? And it's not. But I want to give you one tip. Actually, I'm gonna give you 3 tips to really get your business going. How to maximize your profits, coming up in Q4, and yeah, make that money. So stay tuned for that. So recently, I was asked, what am I doing differently? How am I making money? Are my items still selling? All my stuff still selling? I'm making a lot of money. I'm doing great. Yeah, there were a couple items that were restricted, that I got restricted on, and I just sent those items back to me. No big deal. I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna keep them. If I can't get approved to sell those items, those are gonna be Christmas gifts. That's all it is. Okay, so just know, maybe look at the bright side. Maybe you have all your Christmas shopping done because these brands decided to restrict access to their listings. No big deal. But I wanted to give you 3 tips. The first tip is to go really wide. I buy a lot of toys. I don't buy 400 of the same toy at any given time, because I like to keep my inventory moving. I don't like to keep my money tied up in some toy, some product, and it sits there for 3 months. I don't like to do that. So because of that, I just buy maybe a month and a half's worth of inventory, and that's what I'll sit on. Okay, so yeah, the rankings could go up and down. Some items I plan on having it in stock for a month and a half. Sometimes it's only 1 or 2 weeks and it just blows out. No big deal, I just gotta buy more. Now if it's the opposite way and the ranking goes up, just know your items could sit there for 2 or 3 months, not move, and or move very slowly. But that's just part of the business. That's what you gotta understand. So buy stuff, go really wide, diversify. Buy a bunch of different toys, buy a bunch of different home and kitchen products, different sporting goods products, books, movies, whatever it is, clothing, shoes, and buy different brands. That's a big thing. Buy different brands, buy different toys, buy different, buy in different categories, and you will be safe. Okay, this whole restricted brand thing, it's gonna blow over. It's just everyone's talking about right now because it just happened. Just know when it happened, 3 months ago, whenever, with Sony and Microsoft and Nikon, that lasted for about a week and then that was over. But I just want to give you some tips because I know a lot of you are worried. Okay, so one other tip that I want to give you is that online arbitrage is not dead either. Okay, you just have to keep going with your strategy. Go really wide. That's what I've been doing. That's what a lot of other people have been doing, and we weren't really affected as much. The people that were only buying Legos, they were affected pretty hard. Chances are they're gonna lose a lot of money. I'm into Legos. I like Legos. I have a lot of Lego bundles. The Lego bundles have not been restricted yet. So just keep that in mind, and I don't know why or if it's just me, but my Lego bundles have not been restricted. So do I feel they will be restricted at some point? I do. So I'm not blowing them out. I didn't cut the price in half, but I did lower the price by like $1.50, and I think today 4 of my bundles are sold out. I didn't have many. I had like 7 of one bundle, and so in one day, so I got 7 sales of that in one day. And I don't remember the exact numbers. I'm not gonna try to guess. I'll be here for forever. Anyway, and the third tip that I have for you guys is to really look into wholesale or private label. And when I say really look into it, I'm not talking about go look on Alibaba and see what someone else is already selling. I'm talking about really put the time in. One person that I admire for the time that he put into his business is Cody Hawk. And he was always saying retail arbitrage, it's not gonna be around. Retail arbitrage is gonna be around for a long time. It's not going anywhere. People are still gonna do it. They're gonna find new ways to do it. But he put his time, and like I said, I really admire him because he put his time into building a brand, into building quality products, doing the whole manufacturing, the website, the marketing, all that stuff. He did it all when everyone else was making money with retail arbitrage. He decided, you know, I'm gonna step out of this. I'm gonna go build a brand, build something long term that I know I can control everything. That's what he did, and he's controlling it. I think he's killing it. As far as what I've been hearing and just seeing, I think he's doing really well. I think he's definitely on the right path. And you know, when he first started, things were very difficult, but he didn't give up. Things right now in retail arbitrage and, you know, buying other people's brands, you know, even wholesale, it's very difficult. But you have to start somewhere. You know, I bet if you ask Cody Hawk, you know, do you regret spending all that time building your brand when you could have been making money doing retail arbitrage or, you know, whatever? You know, he'd probably say, you know, I don't regret it. It was a lot of work, but you know, it is what it is. It got me to where I am today. You know, and him and his family are probably better off now than they were, you know, last year or 2 years ago. So just know, putting in the work now, whatever you're doing, it's gonna pay off. Whether you're doing retail arbitrage, you're just going really wide, you know, that's great. I still do retail arbitrage. I love it. I love the hunt. I love getting out there, you know, and just, you know, scanning stuff. I like doing that. You know, I like wholesale because that's what pays the bills. I like, you know, private label only because it's a product that, you know, I'm doing all the work. I'm going out there figuring out what the product is, you know, doing a little bit of branding, you know, SEO. I love SEO. I love doing advertising because you can take some stupid little product that, you know, you buy for 50 cents. You can sell this thing for 25 bucks. But you have to do the marketing. You have to know how to sell it. You have to know how to get it in front of people. That's what I love to do, and I continue to do it. That's something I don't talk about much, and I plan on talking about it a little bit more because it is a great way to really get any product out there. It's not just private label. It's not just a wholesale product. You can pretty much get anything. I could make a paper origami figure, you know, a whole set of them, whatever. Put that thing on Amazon, do some, you know, crazy advertising, and sell those things, and probably do fairly well. But is it a quality product? Probably not. So it all comes down to the product. It all comes down to your advertising and your pricing. If you can get all three of those things, you know, just, you know, going smooth, you can make a lot of money. So I just wanted to give you those tips today. You know, like I said, you know, I'm trying to get caught up on some work, emails, coaching, even videos. I've been a little bit behind on videos. Normally I'm ahead by like a week. So that's my goal. That's my goal tomorrow. Today is Sunday, Sunday night. I don't know what time it is. Probably like 6. But yeah, just want to get ahead and start really pushing out the content because I know you guys have been wanting to see more about what I do, and so I plan on showing you that. You know, this coming month, September, I plan on showing you more about what I do, kind of how I do it, and just kind of give you some tips on how you can get started. So that's all I got going on today. Like I said, I'm gonna get back to work, get back to some emails, hopefully do a couple coaching calls before the night is over, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow maybe. If not, Monday for sure.